Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wyld. Today we are talking about how much you tip in before I go farther. Doordash driver asks customer to give him a larger tip before dropping off delivery. Now I was gonna skip this article because honestly I think that we all know at this point that you shouldn't be pandering for even more tips on top of the tips you've already received. But in this case, the headline was so misleading that I had to make a video about it because this isn't the only story in this article. So with that said, I want to go over everything that is being said in this article, how it actually is for Doordash, UberEats, and Grubhub customers and drivers, restaurants, all the aspects of these platforms, and everything in between. So with that said, let's get started. Doordash, Seamless, UberEats, Caviar, there are countless food delivery apps in which users can have their favorite restaurant meals brought directly to them. However, the experience of using these apps does not always meet expectations. One TikToker has gone viral for creating a compilation video of some of DoorDash's most absurd fails. You see, this is exactly why I'm such a proponent of reading deeper into the article to understand what happened. Like, the headline itself was only talking about one aspect of the video. Again, is it a significant aspect? Sure. But there were multiple stories in here that I also was like, excuse me? So yeah, Sarah Conklin, please be more clear in your headlines and stop trying to slander gig workers. That'd be great. The video by creator Yungblackandgifted has gone viral, reaching 74,600 views as of Sunday. Viewers shared their own hilarious experiences in the comments section. The things you do for content, huh? I'm going to leave his TikTok as well as his profile in the description so you can develop your own opinions on the subject. The TikToker narrates the video in front of a series of screenshots and photographs he pulled from a Reddit page where users shared their experiences with the DoorDash app. The creator reads the text message exchanges and provides his own commentary on the situations. Hey, stop trying to get involved in my bag here. Let me tell you something, if you got a good idea, you're gonna have a bunch of people capitalizing on it, I swear to God. Fun fact, DoorDash was not the first gig app to offer food delivery. It was Postmates, and then all of these other gig apps popped up. And then what happened to Postmates? They got eaten up. So it's not unheard of for somebody to have a good idea, somebody to take that good idea, do it in their own way, and then run with it.
All right, I hope that you tipping good, because I came all the way to you. How much that you tipping me before I go further? Hello? No answer. Okay. $12. You should pay me $20. Don't be cheap. Man, if you don't bring me my damn food.
Which, let's be real for a second. If you see the offer on the screen and it's offering you a certain amount for the delivery, that's what you should accept. And if you're doing earned by time, that's your own stupid fault. But you don't pander the customer for even more of a tip that they already give it. You only accept the front value of whatever that is. That will include tip. If there's a hidden tip there, great. If not, whatever, move on.
Hey there, please leave it at the garage door when you arrive. No response. Garage door, please. Drop off options. Leave it at my door. Hello, please leave it at the garage door. You want to know where they left it? They put it at the front door. I swear. I think some people just don't give a fuck. Whoever delivered that, they saw the messages and they just decided to be an asshole, because...
Okay, please read the delivery instructions. I feel like I shouldn't have to say that, but again, that happens.
Thank you so much. My order has been there for almost an hour. Well, I put up to the window and they said they couldn't make your order because it disappeared off the screen. Not my fault. You want your food? Get off your ass and go get it. Don't act like I didn't just waste an hour of my time sitting here for your food. Boy, what? No one ever said that. I had said thank you for getting it.
Okay, I understand if you're frustrated for the long time it takes for a customer's order to be done. Trust me, I get that, especially with how some of these restaurants operate, but try to have some sort of customer service-esque answer to that. What I usually say is, hey, I'm still waiting here for your food. I'm really sorry for the inconvenience. I'll be there as soon as possible. Let them know it's not your fault in a nice way. Come on. I know that some of these customers come at you hard, but if that's the case, just unassign it. You're better off just not getting the rating if they're gonna be that way.
Thank you for dashing our order. Me and my kinky honey are too tipsy to be on the road. The dasher responds back and says, laugh my ass off. That's what I'm here for. If you're 21 plus, we're DTF. Thank you for feeding us. And then she sends him a flick. I had to mark that out. If you're in a relationship, tell your honey we're caregiving and experimental. Otherwise, good night, dear dasher. Safe travels. What kind of... Hold on. These the kind of tips they be giving out on DoorDash?
Looking for a third on DoorDash is insane. LMAO. Caramel Frappe wrote in the comments. Yes, there are a fair amount of those stories out there. One time I took an order to a customer who had a upside down pineapple-esque aesthetic to their home. And if you don't know what that means, she's a swinger. I didn't engage in that or anything like that, but it does actually happen. Kindly but respectfully decline and move on. Ladies, you know what to do.
Somebody else had their food dropped off in the middle of the fucking highway. How do you fuck up that bad? Like, you just pulled over on...
On that last point, that happens usually because the customer either chooses not to look into the order itself, they're just scamming the system, and that's a problem in its own right. One time I actually was sent to do an order and it was to a closed down library. They didn't try scamming me, but it was a scam. One time I had a big Italian order sent to a baseball field for a little league game. This was the dead middle of the night, no one was there, and they tried to scam me there. I've told that story a fair amount of times. Usually that's because one of two reasons. There's a scam going on, or they tried to use my location hack, or they're trying to get some kind of information on you, and that's not good either way. His caption sums up the collection of screenshots. DoorDash is ghetto, it reads. I mean, sometimes it feels that way. Viewers had their own stories to share, as both users of the DoorDash app and Dashers. Oh, this should be fun. DoorDash will tell you to leave it there sometimes. I left an order in a parking garage. I'm surprised they're still in business. Poor Rose Walker commented. It's not just you. A lot of customers have had that issue and they always bitch about it to us. I used to dash. Some situations were unsafe and they made weird requests wanting me to go into dark alleys. No, another former driver shared. Yeah, that seems to happen a lot to the ladies of the gig economy, which is odd in itself, but who am I to say? My dad has had his food dropped at a bus stop in our neighborhood at TTTM ad. A bus stop? What? Why a bus stop? Of all places. The amount of homeless people that are probably sleeping on that bench right now is absurd in its own right. But I guess if you need it there, you need it there, right? This is my opinion. It's worth what you pay for it. None of you pay me. There you go. I feel like a lot of these stories are one-sided. Like, literally, the headline itself was one-sided, and there were 4 stories in this one compilation. And it always seems to try to make the driver look bad, or the customer look not that bad, but like, huh? Like, seriously, the one customer story that was in here about a shady customer, and it was about a kinky couple that everyone was like, oh, okay. All right. It wasn't like, oh, that customer was shady or anything like that. You know who are the people that are going to say stuff like that? The drivers, because they're the ones experiencing it. But they always got to make drivers look bad, right? Hey, this is actually me during the editing process. And one of the things I noticed is that with the TikTok they presented, they actually excluded one of the stories that were in the compilation. Specifically one that was directly catered towards towards gig workers and the actual experience of us as gig workers. Why wouldn't they want to talk about that? Is it because they were trying to paint a poor image of gig workers? They wouldn't want us to be understandable. They would rather us look terrible so they can get views. That's what I thought. Anyway, back to the real video. Either way, this was a fun compilation. This guy did some good work in this regard. Trying to get in on my bag, but hey, what am I gonna say to that, right? It's a good bag to be in. It's a good compilation. I respect it. The only thing I wish that he would do is talk more about the driver's side, but I don't know if he even done the driver's side before or anything like that, so it is what it is. All in all, just do yourself a favor. If you see a headline like this, read deeper into it before assuming that drivers are all terrible, because in reality, literally 2 stories were bad. One was inconclusive, and the other one was a customer that, well, was naughty to say the least. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.